What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of We Need to Talk. This is episode 456. Shout out to my replay gang. Shout out to my faithful subscribers. Shout out to all of my virtual coaching clients, my Patreon gang. I appreciate you guys. New content on the way, new projects on the way, new life, new energy, new creativity, new imaginations, new levels, man, new evolution, new growth, all of the above. It's an amazing day, and hopefully you guys are feeling the same right about now. And if not, let's turn it up. Let's turn it up a notch. There's always room to grow, room to level up, room to experience more. You are not a victim to your circumstances. You control your inner world. You create your experience. So, let's continue to keep that in mind. With that said, tonight we're discussing releasing ties, which can be one of the hardest things to do in life, especially if you are or were married to someone. You made the choice to stand together under God and in the presence of family and friends and profess love, vows, and commitment to someone. It can be very difficult to separate from that. It can be difficult to leave that because one of the underlying issues or concerns or anxieties is that, did you give your all to make it work? Did you put everything on the line? Did you do enough? Was it your doing? Was it your causing? Was it your fault that the failure occurred? It can be a lot of emotional turmoil that comes with separating from someone that your heart was connected to and your vision for life was connected to. If we're talking about something as serious as marriage, that's a life vision. You set out initially, no matter how it turned out, to be with that person for a lifetime, for your lifetime, to create children, to create household, create family, to develop a unit. And when things occur, or when that true person is revealed, or when irreconcilable differences arise, it can be very difficult to manage. A lot of times on paper, people on the outside, people who may be single, may look at it like it's an easy decision, look at it like it's, yeah, this person hurt you in this way, yeah, you're supposed to leave, or yeah, it should be easy to leave. But in all actuality, that person may very well have had deep ties to you. And today we're talking about releasing those ties. See, I tend to look at my life in eras. I know the word era usually entails a very long period of time, but if not eras, you can use chapters. But I like the word era. But there's many different eras, many different versions of myself. And what's been helpful to release ties to people or relationships that were not right for me, or were not serving or reciprocal or supportive of my emerging self, was the fact that this life thing is a growing process. It's a growth process. I'll take a wild guess that none of you listening have shoes and outfits from kindergarten. I'll take a guess that many of you don't have toys from elementary school. I say that to say most of us usually have no trouble releasing things as we grow. So I tend to look at relationships the same way. If an individual, somebody that you're dating, is showing you that they can't go the distance, they can't grow with you, they can't evolve with you, they can't move and ascend the way that you are, or if the toxicity is shared between you and it comes to a head, and you both come to a realization that growth is needed, but maybe not together, then it's something that you offer up as a chapter in your life that does have an end, but essentially there has to be a new beginning, which would be the next chapter, and that next chapter enhances you. You are more equipped for the next chapter because of the fact that you are able to review the information that you gained from the choices, situations, and relationships that you went through in the last chapter. I always look for the advantages that we can salvage. It's not about crashing and burning. It's not about relationships and breakups and then carrying the resentment and the anger. We need to be carrying the victories. We need to be carrying the information. You've been places that some haven't gone. Therefore, you should be able to avoid circumstances in the future that some will not be fortunate enough to avoid. As we learn and have these lessons, they're painful, yes, but growth is painful. That hence the term growing pains. There is some growth pain. There is some impact with pain, or with growth. There is some tension and some anxiety around growing because you're reaching unseen levels. And I know for a lot of you coming out of marriages, that being your first marriage, which in essence would mean that's your first divorce, it can be very difficult to navigate the world post divorce. It can be very difficult to navigate the world post soul tie. Let's not act as if marriage is the only show in town. Sometimes you are trying to navigate from a very deep, interconnected relationship in which your emotional self and your psyche is tied up in somebody, and your physical as well. So that that's a very difficult part of the process as well. But part of growing and part of evolving and making that your second nature is embracing the unknown and making the discomfort a part of a comforting experience. And if it's scary, you got to look behind you and see how many times did you go into unknown situations and come out okay, come out alive, come out with information, come out better. It's there. Even if you go back to kindergarten, first grade, hopefully none of y'all repeated it. So I'm thinking that's probably your first time. When you go to kindergarten, that's your first time doing that. Your first full school day without your parents. First time riding the school bus, right? First time on a roller coaster. There's plenty of moments where you ventured into a situation that you did not have a prior reference point for and come out on top, come out okay, come out safe. And hopefully that strengthened you, that added to your inventory of information, that added to your inventory of reference points and knowledge and confidence, right? So at what point did we lose that? At what point did we start to feel that because we haven't existed outside of this relationship in a long time, that it's somehow scary to jump out there because of how old we are or how many kids we have, or somehow it's going to be impossible to find love again, right? So therefore, let's stay in the relationship that our intuition and spirit knows is wrong for us. Nah, this life thing is comprised of so much more than that, and there's so much self-discovery for you to get to, for you to see. You don't even know the depths of yourself. You don't know the depths of your ability to accomplish, your ability to create breakthroughs and to change your environment by changing your internal climate. There's so many different things that come with that part of the journey, and I'm living proof. You know, I try to evolve on a daily basis, hourly basis, minute to minute basis, I'm truly introspective, and that helps in so many other areas. And I think all of you, it's definitely something that you would want to adopt as well on this journey to releasing things that no longer serve you, releasing things that you have outgrown, releasing relationships and visions and safety, quote unquote, and venturing out and making a new chapter, new content, new creativity, new sense of purpose, new freedom. It's not about making the right decision and surviving it. It's making the right decision and thriving in it. So hopefully this resonates with you guys. Keep doing your best. Keep embracing the unknown. Keep counteracting fear and remaining disobedient to it. Life will be so much better for you as you embrace that process. If you guys would like to support the show, feel free to click the link in the description. If you feel you want to donate, if you feel you would like to even just check in and talk through some of these things and strategize, feel free to book a session. Everything is available through the link in the description box. And again, great things coming, big things coming, working hard behind the scenes. And I'm excited to bring to you finally some of the things I've been working on for you, because it's much needed. And I know you guys will enjoy the content. So stay tuned. Be sure to like the broadcast, share the broadcast, as well as subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night.